Hello, my fellow Big Titty gamers. Hope all of you who celebrated 4th of July this past weekend had a great time. Today I'm going to be doing another On My Radar, and this time it's about Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart was first revealed all the way back in 2018. I know that seems pretty recent, but to put it into perspective, that's been 4 years. 4 years, which really boggles the hell out of me. Anyways, when the trailer for this game launched, there was a lot of excitement. This game was simply unique. It looked like something original, something brand new, which is something we don't get a lot in the video game industry. Seems like every new game hops on some sort of new popular trend. Every other game in the early to mid 2010s, for example, was like a zombie game. A lot of games now are becoming focused on battle royales since Fortnite went mainstream. Some don't even bother to change, it just release the same game every year. Classic EA and Activision. This game's trailer, however, piqued a lot of people's interest, myself included. After watching that trailer, a lot of people were thinking, what the hell was I just looking at? But not in a bad way. It was more of a, I have no clue what's going on, but that looked really cool and I want to know more. Unfortunately though, the flow of info surrounding the game and its development progress has been pretty cloudy ever since. This game has had a pretty undefined timeline in terms of development. It kept getting pushed back and delayed, there was no official release date to look forward to. Now, delays in the video game industry are pretty commonplace. A wide variety of things can happen that push back a game's launch. This project, however, had a lot of setbacks. Like everything that could have went wrong pretty much went wrong. Starting off, these same developers had a VR game, Soviet Luna Park, which was aiming to release sometime 2018-2019 for Steam and PSVR. The game was ideally supposed to serve as a precursor to the events of Atomic Heart. Now that game got cancelled before it was ever finished developing in 2019, and all efforts supposedly went into focusing on Atomic Heart. That's already a bit of a red flag to me. To make matters worse, this time frame is the same time where there were insider rumors that massive layoffs and generally bad workplace environment issues were occurring at the developer, Moonfish. I'm personally not surprised by this at all. A lot of indie game studios fail before they even ever get off the ground. This project does have some major investors, namely Gaijin Entertainment, Gem Capital, and the massive-ass Chinese conglomerate Tencent. But that alone won't be able to save off mismanagement and a lack of proper talent allocation. As a matter of fact, it probably adds to the mess since these publishers typically don't have the mindset of a dev. They don't want to release a perfectly crystalline project. They want to release a project as soon as possible and profit off of it. They're either pressuring the company to push development quickly, or pulling out their capital from a game studio that's just not producing results. Hence, there might be a lack of funds causing the massive layoffs. We don't know. On top of all those issues comes something none of us could have ever guessed would happen: the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Now this is important because Moonfish is actually a Russian developer and consequently has been affected by the conflict and the embargoes and the trade disputes that have been put into place as a result. The devs have since moved out of Moscow to continue development of the game, but there's no doubt in my mind that this was definitely detrimental to the game and screwed up a lot of development. As of this video, the game currently has 630,000 hours of work put into it and likely has a lot more to come since they're hiring. According to their website, they're looking to hire motion caption animators, software engineers, artists, level directors, and even HR generalists. Now this means a couple of things. HR generalists are usually hired for two reasons: to support people already working at the company and to bring in more people. Knowing this, we can assume that they're growing and they're probably looking to onboard even more people soon, hence they need an HR generalist to direct all that. In addition, these roles imply that there's still a lot of work left to do in the game. A lead level designer and director being brought into the game at this point, plus more engineers and mocap animators, that almost confirms that this game is still nowhere near completion, maybe probably around 3/4 of the way done, at max. It likely still has a lot of character animations to capture and put into the game, more levels and gameplay to create, and even more assets to code and incorporate into the game. Despite all of this, the game is supposedly aiming for a 2022 release. Yeah, so according to Microsoft at their Xbox annual conference a couple weeks ago, they're aiming for this game to be included in their Game Pass list for this year. I'm currently pretty doubtful that this is going to happen. The absolute earliest that they could get this game out by is Q4 2023, but more likely than that is Q2 2023. The reason I say this is because Microsoft already has Starfield and a couple of other exclusives coming out early 2023, probably Q1, so I doubt they would slate too many games for release in that time period. They probably want to space out their developments, so I see April 2023 as the best possible date of release for this project, if it's where I think it's at progress-wise. Honestly though, this game can stay in development until 2024 as long as it ends up being as good as the trailers they put out. Despite all the studio delays and overall uncertainty surrounding this project, I'm still ridiculously excited about it. Every single trailer they put out just makes me even more curious about what the final project is going to be like. It just feels and looks like such a breath of fresh air. The trailers reveal nothing but sci-fi supernatural Russian madness, and I'm in love with it. I'm crazy excited for it. The game clearly has a few influences within the industry that it borrows from. The first one that comes to mind is easily BioShock. Much like that game, you're tossed into some weird dystopian setting with dangerous contraptions and creatures all around you, and you're given powers to go explore and deal with the world around you. Like I've said previously, BioShock holds one of my favorite gaming moments ever, so I'm always on board for more games like it. The game's playstyle and weaponry also seems to borrow from some more hardcore titles like Doom. Speaking of borrowing from Doom, another reason I'm so excited is because it has the same composer as the Doom series, Mick Gordon. I can't even begin to imagine what he'll put together for this game, but I can already tell it'll be one of the most kick-ass gaming soundtracks out there. Overall, this game looks like a fantastic, weird mix of Doom, Fallout, BioShock, Prey, and so many other games I've had a great time with, so I'm really excited to play it when it comes out. Hopefully we'll see this game come out soon. Thanks for staying until the end of the video. Heads up for you guys, I will not be posting as much throughout the remainder of the month since I will be on vacation out of country, but I'll definitely have consistent uploads in August. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to cover in the meantime. I'll catch you around next time.